Larbi Sadiki, who is a professor at the Department of International Affairs at Qatar University, and he joins us now live from Tunis. Thank you so much, Professor, for joining us here on the NewsHour. Do you think people can wait one more year until things go into line?
Well, when you say the people, I think the people are divided. That's exactly what Kais Saied has done. More or less like divided the country, divided the people, divided public opinion. So I guess there will be some kind of waiting in order. But I'd say the loyalists, are happy with the status quo. But let's say at least 50% of the country will be interrogating the style of Kais Saied, the demands he's put actually on the system that is increasingly faltering. And as your reporter has correctly stated, the fact also that he's being increasingly monopolistic over critical decisions that concern elections, concern the constitution,
Right.
And concern also like the major institutions that have been put in place since 2014.
Right. As you mentioned, it's taken a lot for Tunisia to bring a democracy into the country. I mean, the uprising 11 years ago explains it all. How would you evaluate the situation from the point when the uprising began back 11 years ago till now?
I think Tunisia really has, let's say, begun a very interesting, a very promising workshop. Let's call it an experience workshop in institution building, in, let's say, founding the social capital needed for some kind, of a transition that is inclusive, that is pluralistic, that is also consensual. What you have now is like that kind of backsliding that suddenly, like, Tunisia does not have the infrastructure, that has been put into place. I think the situation is really critical for the purpose that I guess really Kais Saied, I think, has mismanaged his position. He has basically, let's say, sabotaged the revolution. He has basically more or less like reneged on the promises, he's made to the people when he was elected president. And on top of that, but definitely the socioeconomic dividends he supposedly was going to distribute.
Right.
And the people have not seen any of that at all.
So what do you think is going to happen within the next year until the elections take place? And is there any possibility of the elections being held earlier than what Kais Saied said?
I think you're going to see the onset of widespread civil disobedience movement that is being at the moment put into place by diverse forces and discourses within the country. And in my view, that would be the way forward. It will be peaceful, it will be legal, and it would be, I guess, really the kind of, let's say, struggle that's needed, to reverse, this deterioration of the situation in Tunisia. I think externally, Tunisia could face, let's say, isolation.
Right.
The EU is not happy. International financial institutions are not happy. Locally, as I've mentioned earlier, you've got division within the body politics. Tunisia really sort of, is split, amongst loyalists, those who think Kais Saied is the way forward, and those who think, well, we did not elect him into office to cancel the revolution.
All right, Professor, unfortunately, I'm going to have to end that there because I am running out of time. But thank you so much for sharing that information with us. We really appreciate your analysis.